Hey, it is Sunday, it is afternoon, and here I am live. So I think I'm solo for now. Sako might pop in, but Doc is unfortunately feeling a little under the weather today. So it's December, and I've got a lot of things I should be working on that last week was pretty much a wash, more so than like the last 2 weeks of Nano. Last week, I got a little sick on like Wednesday or Thursday, and I mean, yeah, I was useless. I was completely useless. I didn't even reshare any links to my weekly blog post. I did get it up. My blog post is talking about how I am not actually a writer during December, because bleep December, and also recovery time, can we say? So, popping into the comments, hello, Green Ruled. Good to have you here. Are you working on any projects? Are you just here to hang out? Let me know. Hey, Dreaming. Good to see you. Andy says, Hola, welcome to a rainy DMV Sunday, sending mojo to Doc. For those not in local, DMV is the DC, Maryland, Virginia metro region. So basically the DC metro area. So, okay. Green Ruled is working on revisions. Awesome. I think what I need to be working on is a photo album my mom commissioned me to assemble for her. Uh, so that's what I'll be working on because it's probably um yeah, it might should have already been ordered, so we're gonna see if we can get it done in time for the holidays. So fingers crossed that I can get that put together today. So, so yeah, that's what I'm up to. So, oh, and yawns and naps. So you can probably see behind me, I got my tree up, but like no ornaments. It has a tree bear because bears live in trees, but other than that, there's really nothing on it yet. um, but I should get that fixed in the next couple weeks, days, because the holidays are coming, and I need to inventory all the stuff I already bought and see where my gaps in my shopping are. And yeah, I haven't even started my holiday cards yet. But in my defense, I already ordered stamps and they're adorable. Look at that fox, look at that owl. I mean, come on. Um, and last year from Barnes and Noble, uh, I hit their post holiday sales, and I picked up these cards and these cards. So I think they're cute and adorable, and I like my holiday cards because it's an excuse to pull out my ink and quill. So, or at least calligraphy pen. So I have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, I'm a week behind because I did jack and shit last week. So Dreaming says cheers. Hello. Dwan, hey, good to see you. And I'm glad somebody else thinks those stamps are adorable. So anyway, I've got a lot to work on today because yeah, I've been such a slacker. I I don't know if I can do Nano last year. It utterly killed me this year, but it could have just been hitting a reading binge in the middle of Nano. I don't know. I'll have to think on it. So anyway, let me find my timer and let's go ahead and get started. Ba-bum. Ba-ba-bum-bum. Okay, the tab is open. Why can't it find the tab? Please hold for technical difficulties. Okay, fine. We'll just do the whole thing if I can't find the tab. That's weird. Okay, we'll do the window. And let's do 23 minutes because it's 2023. How did my timer even get set to 25? Like, have I ever done a 25-minute sprint? That seems unlikely. So it's 2023. We're doing 23-minute sprints. Let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Boom.
see if I can do this.
And we're back. Hello, Patrick. Thank you for joining me. You've joined
Oh,
me for
other stuff before.
query editing, but not for
no.
Yeah. So how are you?
I am soloing my 6-year-old. So imagine Catticus, if Catticus wanted more and could get into more stuff, and a spray bottle was going to be viewed as child abuse. So
I know my sister has a very long list of things she can't use as parenting techniques, from rolled up newspaper to duct taping the kid to the wall to stun guns, all right out.
Yeah, it's cartoon families can do certain things real families cannot, and the same is true of pets. You can really verbally abuse the hell out of a dog, but a kid can't.
No. But I think 6-year-olds are less likely to bite and scratch the bleep out of you.
In a
woke
normal
me up like this.
Yeah, well, she doesn't have claws,
right? So that helps.
But she also does. Is Catticus a boy, by the way?
He is, yes.
Okay, so he doesn't have opposable thumbs. So it's different levels of
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm working on a photo album, and I remembered one of the bridesmaids actually had a bunch of really good pictures. So I'm stealing her pictures right now. So
okay, honey, there you go. All right, bye, honey. Yes, bye. Are you all good now? Okay, there you go.
I like it.
Yeah, it's she wanted a new hairdo again for the third or fourth time. I forget exactly. It's all and it's that very get it done. It's sort of like a zero draft. You have an idea, you just get it done. You get it through, get the name out, get the thing, the verb, whatever noun, whatever I don't care.
She'd make an excellent Who down in Whoville.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she's older than Cindy Lou Who, but oh, ow,
it's that gentle biting.
I whatever, no judgment. But like, she wants me to do her hair while I'm busy at work, and like, if I take care of this now, I can just do it. And then because she wants attention, so you give a little attention, and you go, oh, okay, go away. Very much like a character, you just do the thing, and then yes, they should not get together.
No, that would be horrible.
Let
me pop through the comments real quick.
The humans that are up.
Hello, Desdemona.
I did that.
Catticus says hi, and also Mama is delicious. I gave him his good food. He's got access to the. Okay, enough. We don't gnaw on my inner elbow. I mean, we do clearly, but
I was gonna say that was not a unanimous vote there.
That's when Mama says no and enough. He has a window in my room open.
It doesn't matter. It's not you.
I know. So anyway, Catticus obviously says hi to the stream, and Andy says Merry Catmas to all of us.
Yeah.
Sarah is here. I'm going to watch your thing about the end of Nano, but I was dead last week. I have done jack and shit. I may have mentioned.
For the past month and a half, you've been pretty.
I won Nano, and I read like billions of books.
That's why you were otherwise absent. Then
and sleep. Yeah.
Yes.
I
otherwise.
owe you and several other people responses and things.
Yeah, whatever. I'll get there. I'm handling it. It was surprising, but whatever. Yeah, I'm a big boy now, so.
Yeah. So Andy waves at the newcomers. Sarah says that looks like how my cats play with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
Is clearly helping exfoliate my inner elbow.
Isn't that such a benefit? He said politely. Yeah, animals, they use their mouths like we use our hands, and so if you're used to it, then it's one thing. But if you haven't seen it in 3 years or whatever, then it's like we had cats for a couple of years, and it's a thing.
Yeah. I've never had quite an aggressive cat this bad before, but I've also never had a purely indoor cat before. They've always been indoor outdoor, so they have somewhere else and other creatures entertaining them, so it's not just Mama all the time.
Everything, you gotta learn the animal and all. It's just honestly looks like a kid. There's a thing that happens, and
he's got the emotional regulation of a toddler.
which is
And claws.
yeah, that's like a child
Sarah says
discovering
he looked
scissors.
right into the camera like he blamed us. Sarah says Sarah did Vlogtober and Nano and is dead. And
Yeah, that one.
Duan
Yeah,
is making chicken wings and is unfortunately too far away for me to swing by and snag some.
yeah, that is. Anytime you have new anytime you do something new, your brain just inhales calories. I would provide advice, but that's not what this is for. I can do that if you want, but you can also
Right.
shut up very well.
Yeah. So what have you been working on lately?
So I finished that book that you might have seen in the group,
You
and
finished it?
I
Wait,
finished what?
wait,
Okay, I
wait.
finished the first draft.
Patrick finished something?
I
You
did
didn't
not
start
read
with
it. I did
some
not
other
read it.
book?
I wrote it. I did not read it. This is not me reading a book. This is not reading a book. Okay. I redrafted a book that I had written from Brianna's perspective. Brianna is like if Batman were a lesbian. Okay.
Right, yeah, no,
She's
obviously.
prepared for everything, which is fantastic because it's so much fun to write. However, it's boring because she just does it, right? It's Mission
Yeah.
Impossible is fantastic for what it is. But if you want to have lots of disasters happening, right, and show people they deserve to be cared for, you write a trauma survivor who is 2 days removed from being just obliterated emotionally every
Right,
day.
yeah.
So I rewrote it from her perspective, and it's very everything's on fire, but people
Sure.
have fire extinguishers. I almost said flamethrower extinguishers for obvious reasons. So I did
Right.
that, and that was fun. And I jumped into the sequel, which is a different character again. And I'm at words. Yes, it's a lot of
Have
fun.
you ever done a sequel before?
Sort of. But I've also been writing this book for 6 years. And so the
Yes.
sequel is at 82,000 words now. I began it 2 weeks ago, maybe. I just know this. I know the guy. I know the character, so I can just write. I don't have to go, what if? No, what happened when because it's me, basically. My character is extensions of me because that way the reaction is pretty natural.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty close to the end of that. Things are very, very on fire right now. The governor just committed multiple felonies.
As he does.
Yeah, and is going to try to lie through with them as politicians do because, I mean, they get paid to sound nice. A campaign is about convincing people that you're a really good liar.
Oh my god. So one of the ridiculous romances I was reading the other day. Let me get the screenshot. Okay. It would be like the human government suddenly not taxing its citizens, like politicians suddenly becoming honest people, the moon no longer pulling the tides. It doesn't happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's very. I mean, he's talking in this thing about how I can do whatever I want. He won with 45% of the vote, which happens. And so he's just basically being like, I can do what I want, and go ahead and stop me. But he's in his 40s, and this kid is 16, and was just in the news for being really stupid, which, as a 16-year-old, is fairly realistic. So that's gonna come to a nice fiery end. Well, not fiery, but dramatic end. In the cafeteria, which is it's a setting to have everybody there to basically be able to discuss stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Having it as the place where drama happens is a little unrealistic because it happens everywhere. But you have people in different classes, and they have to have a place. It's like having a ball, basically, in a palace, right? Everybody who has to be in a certain place is in that place, and then things blow up.
Yup. So. What do you say about another sprint?
I would love to sprint while sitting down. I am very...
Great.
Yeah, and my daughter's not here. I just said that. Why did I say that? That's like saying Catticus is fine, right? I'm sorry, I didn't say it. And I unsaid it. I retcon, rewind.
Sure.
Yes,
so
let's go ahead and do
Dwan would like to be like, he is pulling some tides, so he's clearly,
I'm not clear on what that
disturbing
means.
because I said it was as...
Oh, the thing from before that wasn't me talking, right? Sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Desdemona is doing World Ember and is trying to finish the edit of their first novel, so it's going to be especially dead next month.
Oh yeah.
Legit.
For people who don't know, including me, what is World Ember or whatever that noun was? So there's a lot of stuff I don't know, and I'm very happy to admit that because I think it
Ember. I think it's a challenge.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff. it's such a strength to admit you don't know stuff because that way people can trust
Yeah.
you. That
Okay, so I knew it was associated with World
Okay.
Anvil, which is a world building tool set RPG kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, yep, and it's a world building challenge put on by World's Amber.
There we go then. Okay, cool. Is that for a genre or is that just for writing overall?
I mean, it says it's the ultimate world building tool set and RPG gaming.
Okay,
So
that would be more fantasy than generally, but usable more
generally,
broadly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
obviously, urban fantasy might work into it, but yeah.
Mhm.
So let's go ahead and do another sprint.
Let's do
In
that. Excellent.
3, 2, 1, boom, chakalaka. And we're back. So, how was your sprint? I glared at the resolution of photos.
Resolution of what?
Photos.
Okay. So I finished work, which was very not sprinting. Um, and I'm getting the time between 3:30 in the morning and 9:30 roughly. Um, I've got many balls sort of bouncing, and as you know in physics, if one of them ain't there, the bouncing changes hardcore. Everything just sort of stops being what it was, and so I've got to plod very carefully to make sure. Because I have people who are hotheads and people who are not, and so if something, so it's going to take a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because right now I have this guy firing his attorney general at 4 in the morning, and that's just not realistic. It's also kind of boring because if this guy's just going to blow himself up, like, kind of boring. So.
Sure. Okay. Popping into the comments, let's see. Desdemona said just before break that it was World Anvil, and you can use World Anvil for writing, which is what they do, and any genre. And hello, Juice Text. I think this is your first time.
I don't
And
recognize that icon, and I would. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
That's
So,
a nice use of the pride flag there. What's the circle there? Is that a new symbol? I don't know. On the left side of it, whatever city
Yeah.
that's supposed to be. I've seen the broader thing with the in pink too. That's interesting, because a color was taken out of the pride flag. There was the flag briefly to get this. I'm going to try to be brief. It was originally a certain number of colors, and then Harvey Milk was assassinated, and suddenly everyone wanted a rainbow flag. Well, the fabric that was available didn't have one of the colors, and so they used what they had, which there was no Etsy. This was 1979 or whatever it was, right? So they used what they had, and it became the thing, right? And then a couple of years ago, I guess, something like that, they added the little triangular thing that you see on the side there. But I have not seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an 8 color. Yeah, that's an eight color flag, which I had not seen before. And then the thing in the circle there was new to me. Huge text. Can you tell us where that comes from and what it means, if anything? Or if it's just somebody embracing this? Because I've seen the black stripes and brown stripe in the. Have I seen 5 stripes in the trans and black part of that? Black and brown? I'm not sure I have. But the circle is definitely new to me, at least.
Okay. So the yellow.
Oh, okay.
Purple circle
Okay.
is where the intersect folks.
So very nice to see. I would love to see that. Lots of other places. Yeah, that's really nice.
Oh dear, I tried to see a flag thing and it took me to an adult site instead.
That is not uncommon.
So that was a thing that just happened.
Yeah.
Luckily, not on the screen I was sharing.
The adult part, yeah. Yes. Let me see if I can find something here.
Let me pop back to the comments while you're looking.
Yep.
So let's see. Juice joined us from Dez's stream. So Dez is video editing, so no words to report this time. It's animated editing, so they're only getting a few seconds done every 20 minutes. Legit. And Juice says it's a version of Pride Flag that their friend made, and they can link the full version. I think links are allowed. If not, I can grab it and relink it.
Seeing close, but not that eighth color. Okay, there we go. It's on Reddit. I'm linking to Reddit, which I know is a risk with anything, no matter what. Let me link in private chat so you can see what you. Okay, because 7 colors on that flag has been there since before I was born. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I've seen, various. I've seen alterations of it. It's a very easy thing to change, and people tend to be okay with it. But it's still pretty uncommon to see all 8 because you'd have to. It's harder. You have to change the height of 7 things, which is something people don't usually do. So if that's.
I went to Twitch on the wrong window. Like a window that wasn't logged in.
That's hashtag first world problems.
Oh my gosh, it wants me to sign up. How long has it been since? I mean, I know I've been out of it, but I didn't think I was that
can send
bad.
you. Hold on, let me try this. See if you can. There you go. I just sent you the image on Facebook. I don't know who made this. I don't know anything about this. The Gilbert, if you load the link, you'll see Gilbert is the guy, pretty sure guy, who originally did the pride flag for the milk assassination stuff, which is a bad word to use, but I don't remember all it. I don't have to remember everything about this. I just don't. There are people for that, and I love that. This isn't 1998 anymore. I don't have to know everything about that stuff. There's just so much. There's too much. There's way too much, which is a great problem to have. Anyway, for those of you who are heterosexual, we now return to straight content. Just,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. I had to try 3 different token apps before I found the right one to log into my own Twitch stream.
that's a situation.
So that's a situation.
Yowie.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Now I can like click on Juice and hopefully give permission. Or not.
Okay, is that there? Okay, I can toss that. And I can toss that. And I can toss that.
Did I make you a mod or did I moderate you? Oh, I did. So now you should be able to link it.
Okay, where am I linking anything here in the comments?
Nothing. I
Okay,
told
good.
Juice that Juice can be a moderator.
Oh,
now.
Juice. Okay, all right. I was like, what? Did I miss a
but-
noun somewhere? Because that would have been.
Here we go. Oh, hey, Sako, did you want to come join us?
Hello, hello, friendly witch. Let us commune. Or you can. I can go away if you'd
And then there
rather.
were 3.
Hello.
Did you get sucked into a kitty nap?
Nothing. I wasn't sleeping. I was watching MST3K, but I was surrounded by cats.
Right. I saw your post an hour or less than an hour before our stream showing you surrounded by cats, and I understand the gravity of the situation.
The gravity of the situation,
Oh, yeah.
especially since that was the first time that the older one touched me.
Oh, big deal. Yeah.
Aw.
So,
Yeah.
In a
that's-
good snuggle way.
in a good snuggle way.
Not in a mama didn't get up and play with me sort of way.
No claws. Well,
I can't-
unsharpened claws.
I can't show you kid scratches, but it's just imagine me trying to do hair on 3 girls at the same time. Daddy, 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 daddy. Less blood,
Whoa.
but more screaming. And anyway, same concept, just different manifestations of the problem. It's world building. It's instead of things blowing up, there's a big pile of rice, and you're like, I can't.
Indeed.
Wait. Haha. I think I
Oh, what's
modded Wordsmith. Sarah, you're now modded.
Are you doing an Oprah thing where everyone gets modded now? Because that would be
You get a wrench, and you get a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench.
I
Please,
get on
with
Sarah's
betting.
streams. Sarah can mod for me. And or link drop like a boss. Because apparently boss is link drop. So tell us about your new kitties.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have we think he's 4 months.
Okay.
Baby kitty that we named Gary. He is an orange tabby. And so we named him Spicy Ginger because he is made of energy incarnate. And Hashiba is a 6 to 8 month old.
So wait, that's 3 new cats?
Nope, just 2.
2. Okay.
Hashiba is he is skittish at best. So today was a big step in human and cat relations.
Aw, super cute. I did
one
something horrible
small-
for my screen resolution. Give me a second.
It's one small paw for a cat, one giant paw for. What? Oh,
She's trying to get it to refocus.
Yeah, it's.
okay. I was like, there's a meme I missed.
I think it's
something.
determined to focus on my tree.
I mean,
It is
That is-
determined to focus on
yeah.
your tree.
Yeah, mine is probably too bad to know to do that. But I look like I have a tiara on. I realized that 5 minutes
You
ago. Like, you know what?
do.
Yes, it's actually a
Especially
tree.
with your powder blue.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, it does blend in
What is
well.
it?
And I mean, for me to be festive would be uncommon, but I am festive gay is not my type at all. But whatever, it is. It is.
Wait,
I am not festive at all.
but you do have your upgraded webcam, which
I
I'm not
do.
used to yet.
Yes, and also my kids have put hair bows on me, and okay, whatever.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
no,
I had many bows, and I didn't put them on.
so many bows.
Honestly, because I don't have the energy to do that. But if they want to dress me up, whatever. They got sweaters a couple days ago for Ugly Sweater Day, which apparently is a thing now, not just at work. And my oldest sweater was so big that I put it on. It was big on me. And then the arms were too big. The body was. This is now our human content, not our cat content.
Yeah. Tiny
So,
human
Yeah,
content.
we're not sprinting. We're taking it. We're having some lemonade and applesauce.
So
inside the
6-year-old solo time is over, and now we have Girl Scouts as well.
Yes, they were doing things at a place, which is my vague way of saying we don't need to go down that alley. But my 8-year-old sweater fit me. I'm not that big, is the
Yeah.
thing. And the
Yeah.
sweater was huge. But then my 6
Oh,
year old
over time the material stretched out.
changed, yeah.
Yeah.
But it really was like a blanket on her. And then my 6-year-old was given that a sweater with a large shirt. And so after fitting the first two comfortably, I couldn't get the neck hole on her shirt over my head. And I didn't try because string has that thing where it goes and it stops. It stops.
There's no elasticity. Yeah.
No, you'd be using more material, and so that's cost you can avoid, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know if
Right.
you've seen in clothing, like it used to be like this much of a margin for hems, and now it's like this because people.
Because sergers, there
Yeah.
is a presser foot that you can get
Right.
that just makes a French seam.
Yeah.
Brrr.
Well, and when the astronauts were having their outfits, their uniforms, their space, whatever things made, the people who did that were professional bra sewers because they had to have the precision to get 1/32 of an inch there because you're in space, right? This isn't something where it can rip or whatever. You have
Nope.
like 16 layers or whatever it was, and so they go, okay, who sews the best? People who
Yeah.
sew multiple levels
Yeah.
of a thing together.
Yeah.
And so there are women in charge of
Lingerie
drafting it,
makers.
The-
and
Mhm.
women in charge of the space.
they hired straight from Playtex.
And nobody heard about it because Neil Armstrong. But yeah, I mean, women were.
Well,
all
I just learned a lot about my underwear.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pop into the comments real quick.
Okay.
Juan says, "Yay, Sako!"
Yay. Hi,
Andy
Dawn.
says that he and I should exchange kid scars. I gave Sarah power.
Yes.
Andy says, "Bees, everybody."
Just as long as it's not wasps, because either way, that's not happening.
Juice says, "What power? Great responsibility."
Be fabulous,
Sarah
Juice.
has promised to be careful and respectful with the linkies. Andy says, with the Sako's kitties, I've seen the pictures,
okay.
adorable chaos. And Blinker Bell swung by. Hello, Blinks the Bell.
Gari, this is the longest I have gone all day without Gari being attached to my person in some manner.
I'm
Aw.
familiar. Different way, but yeah. It's very
And if I
involuntary.
don't, like he is at my feet meowing up at me, trying to climb my legs.
So are you working on any projects today or snuggling the kitties? Because that seems
I
pretty
am going
important.
to try
Mhm.
to bring some of my scripts into Notion.
Okay.
Can you translate for people who don't know what that is?
Notion is like if a planner was a program,
Okay.
you can kind of make like a dashboard of sorts that
Okay.
access different kinds of planning
Okay.
stuff.
Sort of a quasi RSS feed in the dark if you squint.
No.
Okay, darn. That's all right. Whatever. I don't have to understand. I just figured some of the comments might like to be able to use
I
it.
think it's a Mac thing.
Okay, I've been PC only for the past 20 years, aside from the occasional afternoon doing student media because they didn't want to have PC and Mac in one office. That things would break.
Andy, that is a brilliant idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
So for those listening, Andy said he uses Notion to plan out D&D games. So what about a sprint?
Now is as good a time as any.
I'll be walking carefully because of.
Sure. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Press that button, honey.
Huh?
Press that button with the mouse.
Hmm.
have been approached by the CEO of Hazelwood. What did you say? You have a boyfriend? Okay. I'm happily
What?
with 2
Oh.
kids.
And we're back. I couldn't find the tab. I lost the tab.
Oh,
What
okay.
did I miss? That is.
Which means time for dinner. Bye, Andy.
Hi, Andy. So yeah, Andy. Oh, finished a
There you go. Yeah.
word short story. Got it, Scrivener to format, and it's printed and waiting for reading.
Nice.
When you find a mistake on the first line, just know everybody thinks their story is perfect, and then they change anything about it, like the font or the color, whatever. Oh, what the hell? How did that survive? Because every single person, the best way to find a mistake in your manuscript is to think there's nothing wrong. You change the font, whatever. Serifs are a big thing for that.
Yeah.
Just not wingdings, because mailboxes don't mean an error.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, the photos I stole from Facebook are way lower resolution, and the photo I'm making a photo album for my mom so she can give it to my aunt and my cousin, because it was for my cousin's wedding, and my aunt never got around to. She's like, oh, I'm gonna scrapbook it, and she has not, and it's been like pre-pandemic. So
Yep.
Mom's like, I want to give that to them for Christmas. Can you put it together for me?
That's why that was a giant game of social telephone. Okay, that makes more sense.
So yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Mom wanted to put it together with my assistants while I was down for Thanksgiving, but she didn't have the photos, and she thought she did, which required me reaching out to my ex, and that's what probably triggered the previous week's complaint. So
Gotcha.
Anyway.
Yeah, so your sprint was more of a slog.
It was okay, so it automatically was like, oh, do you want us to go ahead and put stuff on pages? And I said yes, and it put one picture per page all the way through the thing, portrait style, trimmed to that size, which
Owie.
is not the orientation.
No, you never have it auto do it. Yeah.
So I'm working my way through it and doing a couple spread layouts for like montages, and yeah. So I'm hoping to get it done today, tomorrow, because I don't know how long it's gonna take to come in. And I probably should have done it last week, but last week didn't exist. So
weeks can just become gone. It's
Last week totally did that.
Oh, all of
Absolutely.
November was like, what happened here?
Yeah.
And March
Just
of 2020,
assessing the damage.
March 2020 lasted approximately 7 years.
I mean, obviously. So.
Well, we went from school being open to school being a building that we will never see again. Yeah. On one day, we went from school, only us being open out of everybody. DC was closed. Maryland was not allowing anybody in. And our superintendent was like, we're going to be just fine at 5 o'clock p.m. and midnight. It goes, okay, fine. Science is real. Yeah. And that was
that was a thing.
yeah, that was fun. So I saw a picture on the health site, also known as Twitter, where a religious human, and I mention this because the religion matters, used an AI picture of people at dinner, and several of the hands were totally broken. 6 fingers, no rings on married couples. So AI is good for some things, but images, no. You want to see this? I can link it.
Oh, AI? Yeah.
Yeah, AI hands are terrible.
Yeah,
that's usually your giveaway. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like, you have this married couple, and like the hands, there's one ring here, which that is never ever where the ring is, and the other hands there's it's like, and the boy with 6 fingers, and this is not Inigo Montoya time.
I mean,
yeah.
Isn't it always Inigo Montoya time?
I mean, with swords, it gets very complicated, and there's safety things and documents involved. So.
And also humbug.
That's a different world building thing, but I respect your right to use it. But there's no six finger anything in there, I don't think. Tiny Tim is sick, not six fingered.
Sure.
Ah,
So how was y'all's friends?
I kind of caught up on some belly dance class things so I could close the tab finally.
Sure.
And I'm kind of assessing what my next steps are.
Right.
I read a book to my kid. Oh, go ahead.
No, after
Okay,
you.
cool. All right. So we read the Polar Express or watched it, one of those things recently. And my kids know that I write stuff, and so they wanted me to write a version for them, which is as long as you're not publishing, you do whatever you want.
Right. Yeah, obviously.
So I used the idea of a train going to the North Pole as sort of structure of a book, and she wanted to be She wanted to be Mrs. Claus of the book. I came to decision. I'm like, what do you want me to do here? It's like, I want to be Mrs. Claus. I'm like, all right, whatever. You can. Anybody can be Mrs. Claus in a book. There's no copyright there.
Yeah.
Now publishing it would be would be very difficult because it's very obviously a ripoff of the Polar Express. Yeah. But writing something to make her happy, and it's a private document nobody can access, so whatever. And then once that was done, once I had read the thing to her,
fan fiction.
Yeah, essentially is. Yeah, I used to be a fan fiction editor, so as long as there's no commercial purpose intended, you can do whatever you want with those characters.
Yeah.
Which is it's a great learning tool because you have characters already built for you to use, so you don't have to wonder what they would do. You know, the barbarian would leap all over the place because that's the character. So once that was done, I got back into my political thing, when my governor is trying to insist to his wife and his mother and various party leaders in the state, he doesn't have to resign merely because he threatened someone's constitutional rights to protest and stuff, which is a big. He's he was recorded saying that he would jail dissidents, which is fascism. And he's like, no, I can survive this, really. And nope. No, that's nope. So that's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, not, yeah, he's looking at multiple felony counts and okay, you're not going to, but name a politician who has ever, admitted they did something wrong, so that's
a thing. Yeah.
Not really. No, the job is to pretend. So that was how my sprint. It was more of a deliberate walk than because sprinting with her is
legit.
Yeah, I have run with my 6-year-old recently, and that's hard. And she's 50 pounds. This one is not 50. She's a perfectly fine size for being 8, but sprinting with that, and if you fall, it's just death. So,
it's a lot.
Yeah. Yes, and I have to protect her and my head at the same time. So we lived. There are comments. Read the comments, Morgan. Read the comments, Morgan.
I was letting you talk, but okay. So let's see. Jumping all the way back, Blinkerbell is finishing her current read, Down the Well by Veronica King, before a shower, and doing the evening house reset because Blinkerbell is way more on top of things than I am.
What is an evening house reset?
That's when you do a 10-minute tidy and you start the
dishwasher. Oh yeah. That's not a 10-minute in here. That's not that's more like a. Anyway.
When I am on top of things, my morning house reset is me throwing the mouse for Catticus while picking up 20 other things and folding the blankets on the back of the cat. Yeah.
We need to do more than that here, but 3 kids. I mean, we have paths to things we need, and that's really about it. I mean, if you saw the background here, that's
Yeah. So, let's see. Sarah is playing Against the Storm. RC is rocking like RC rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was squares. Okay.
Dwan is still frying wings. RC's steak is resting within the dry rub.
Yep. That needs science takes time.
Juice thought I said that Andy had a 6-word short story instead of a 6K short story.
And even with that, something would still be wrong with the first line. I promise. It's not you. It's the process. I mean, you think you have a specific thing, then you find out. Oh.
Well, let's see. R.C. Scott is waiting to be cooked and devoured. Oh wait, no, his steak
No,
is
I believe we're not doing cannibalism. That's not, yes. Cat content, not cannibal content.
Dwan is taking the release weekend. Woo! I saw the release. I was so excited for you.
Super excited for you.
Yeah, Dwan's book is out in the wild. It's very
Oh,
exciting.
that's what that is. Good job. Yes, that is.
So, hey, CV, long time no see. RC says things are inconceivable.
You can't put yours as a word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
It means exactly what I think it means. And such.
That's the Inigo Montoya line.
Yes.
It's whatever.
No.
Okay.
So I think that my mwahaha is pretty solid. I mean, the laugh is pretty important.
You have to at least sound like you don't need to work on it, because the confidence of all that thing is the same.
It's true. It's true. So,
being daddy
yeah. I think everybody else had a good sprint. I didn't kill anything.
Yes, you win. Right? Is that a win thing, or is that a not
win? I was not
good.
In fact, like playing a game in which zombies needed to die or anything like that.
That is.
We have 4 minutes left. Let's go ahead and do our outros. Tell people who you are and where they can find you and all that stuff. Oh, CB, we're not doing any spoilers.
Oh, I don't.
I haven't watched it either. Although my roommate's out of town, so she's like 5 seasons behind. So I might watch it.
Yeah, you can.
It could
so
happen.
She's like 3 doctors behind or something, or is that or however it works?
No, she's I think 2 doctors behind. I don't remember. So, Sako, who are you and what have you been up to and where can we find you?
Howdy neighbors, I'm Sako Tumi, also known as Cass Voit. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those 3 things. In fact, that's mostly what I had intended on doing this last sprint, but it didn't work out that way. You can usually find me on Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern doing writing sprints, and then again at 9 p.m. Eastern, again doing writing sprints while I work on another book. Yeah, so you might want to subscribe and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually notifies you. And I'll catch you on the flip side.
Yay. Patrick?
Hello, this is going to be awkward. Let's see if I can do it without awkwardness. I am Patrick. I'm on Twitter as P. Carter Writer at Hello. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I am owned and operated by 3 small humans who occasionally behave when I want them to. I also write things that are not about them all the time. I run a feedback group on Facebook for querying writers. I am being mauled by humans. Before I swear, you should mute me because I can't mute myself.
Okay, and you can also, if you're looking for a query rewrite or a synopsis review, he and I do those live sometimes, or he just does them when I peace out for like 3 months and abandon him. But we do them for free on occasion, but if you have the funds, we do have a link over on the coffee so that you can hire us to do it, and that puts you up in the priority a little. So yeah, Patrick has dozens of success stories. 65 successful taking people's queries and turning them into something that gets requests, much less, and several agents and published authors, and I help. He does the verbs and I do the genre interpretation, because I read a heck of a lot more than he does, especially in the over picture book range. And I'm your host, Morgan Hazelwood. I blog, vlog, and podcast writing tips from the pros, and of course, my own Writerly Musings. This week over on the podcast, coincidentally named Writing Tips and Writerly Musings, I was talking about when an idea breaks your manuscript, 4 ways to move forward. And I totally didn't relink it anywhere because I was dead this week. My blog post this week was I'm not a writer during December. And then I proceeded to, wake up with a stomach bug and not tell anyone that the video is coming out. So maybe YouTube let you know.
Maybe.
But, so I was, yeah, I have zero writing expectations for myself in December because I know NaNoWriMo destroys me in a normal year, and this year was not normal. So yeah, that's where I am, and we'll be back next week to do this again. And maybe I'll work on some writing. Maybe I'll write Christmas cards or Hothmas cards.
Hogmas.
All the good quality holidays. So RC is gonna write for me. Aw, a totally different genre, I'm sure.
There's not much rain in horror, is there?
So anyway, have a great week. I hope I'm more functional this coming week. And yeah, I will catch you next week. Bye-bye.